Bonjour mes amis, hi guys, thank you very much for all the comments on my video yesterday where I was going down those very long stairs on the way to work, and we discussed the possible crash in October and how it will influence the market for the hot Rolex and Patek watches. But before we continue on this conversation, taking a different way to work actually, I would like to draw your attention to Jake's Rolex World again, another article from our friend Captain Danny in RolexMagazine.com. This time he looks a bit deeper at the Rolex President bracelet. The name President was typically attributed to the fact that it was worn by President Lyndon Johnson, but there seemed to be more to this story. So go to RolexMagazine.com to check that out. Now let's continue on this conversation, and I'm gonna take you down the streets, a different path to get to central of Hong Kong. Many people were worried that I would have every day to walk back up all the stairs that I showed you on the way down. There's a different way to go. It's called the escalators, which is a succession of long escalators from central all the way up to what is called the mid-levels up on the hill. And until 10 o'clock in the morning, they go down. So we're going to take that route this morning to continue the conversation. And I had an exchange with someone in the comments of my video yesterday. And he was very apropos, pointing out that Rolex is a refuge type of asset at this point. Well, it was something of that nature. As you know, here in Hong Kong and many other places in the world, but especially in Hong Kong, Rolex is as good as gold, but it's never been as much true as it is right now. And it's been a convergence of things. I think during the Lehman collapse era, my friends would have one nice watch, an WC, maybe a Daytona, but you could still walk to the shops and buy the things. And so someone told me that the premiums after Lehman had vanished on the very, very hot models. There were not as many hot models as now. But now the world is very different. Everyone I meet now at the office is a watch guy. They want to collect and they buy a lot of watches. They want to tick all the boxes, and everyone is after Rolex. Social media has exploded, so there's a big convergence of tastes as well, supporting the brand. So the demand has become so big that authorized dealers are not quite sure who to sell with, who to sell to, and in the end, they decide to resort to sell themselves to resellers and pack in most of the premium themselves, which compensates for the lack of customers because of the borders closed, at least here in Hong Kong. So what I think now is not a great time to go and pay the top premium for Rolex. I still think that if stock markets were to correct a lot abruptly, you'd see what we saw when COVID started. Markets really fell very quickly. Everybody panicked, and even the safety more assets, the safety nets like gold, came off, and some prices of Rolex, some sellers cut down their prices, but never back to exactly retail levels, and they went quickly back up. Let's remember why also people like watches so much is that there's no interest to be gained on leaving cash money on your accounts anymore. When I was a kid, you'd get 7% on your little book there at the bank. That's all gone. So instead of letting your money sleep, why not put it in something that at least gives you at the same time enjoyment? You might make money as well into stamps, but it's not as sexy as a Rolex Submariner. So already ingrained in everyone's mind is that Rolex is that alternative asset that can weather out bad weather, weather out the storm, just like gold has always been. It's also an asset that's very easy to carry abroad, well, fairly easy. And also, when currencies fluctuate, you can always, thanks to Chrono 24, sell it to wherever the currency is the strongest, where to get the most money for your portable asset. So I think that if you saw premiums coming off 30, 40%, you're going to see buyers coming into it because the premium has risen indecently, especially on the Daytona. I think the Pepsi hasn't really moved. It's been trading at twice retail for such a long time. And right out the gate, the OP41 Tiffany was two and at three times its value. I think this is a bit nutty, but I don't think we're ever going to see, even if the market turned really bad, retail prices again, all those pieces in the shops. However, I can imagine that resellers, they're not getting those watches at retail. They are paying top price and they take maybe 10% on top of it. And also, a lot of the stocks were going straight to China during COVID as they would not be able to travel. And Rolex, Patek, AP are just sucking up to that market. I think the AP CEO had to apologize for referring to Taiwan as an individual market, like a country, while it's supposed to be referred to as a province of China. So if there was a really big major credit crunch in China, like I'm talking trillions, and maybe then the market would contract there, and we would see some more watches coming back. So all that together, I think all the watch guys could maybe get their fill, but I think a lot of guys, you're still gonna get paid your salary. Maybe you're not gonna get a big bonus if markets were to shatter in October, but still the guys who've been wanting Submariner, Pepsi, if the watches come off, half the current premium, they're gonna pick those watches up. And just here in Hong Kong, it's such a self-sustaining market. People believe in Rolex so much that they're gonna all the stock is gonna get snagged up pretty quickly. The thing is gonna be in the timing. I remember when a Sky Dweller Black Dial steel came right above retail prices when COVID started. I knew I should have taken it, but I thought, hey, it's gonna get worse for the next 2-3 months, and then everything rolled back to crazy levels. And I have no doubt that eventually markets will roar back again. So long term, yeah, you should be holding stocks. Yeah, you should be holding Apple, Visa, whatever. I'm not here to give you stock advice, but in particular for Rolex, I think that it is a safety asset. It is a nice offers nice diversity to your portfolio in general, and it's something you can obviously enjoy on the wrist, which is the ultimate pleasure for us watch geeks. So that was a bit the point of this extra video. I think no panic if you don't need the money in selling your Rolex, unless you just want to get your premium in. To be on the safer side if you don't love your Pepsi or your Daytona. Maybe now is the good time. But for the other guys who've been trying to build up a collection and really want to add a Rolex, hopefully we're gonna see better prices. And there you go. So as you can see on the picture, we are on the famous escalators of the mid-levels of Hong Kong, and they're going down in the morning, but from 10 a.m. they take you all the way back up to Conduit Road up on the mid-levels. And apart from that, property prices, would you believe it, in Hong Kong are set again to rise as borders apparently will reopen to mainland people. And apparently it's a sign that they're going to come probably to purchase again properties and push prices back up. So I just signed a new lease at a reasonable, all things considered, price, and so I'm locked in for 2 years. Hopefully that was the right move to do, but that doesn't leave a lot of money left for watches. So I'm trying to sell a few pieces to at least be ready in case I could pick up something at a more reasonable level. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Share your comments down below. Hope you've enjoyed this walk down the escalators of Hong Kong, which are taking us about now to Queen's Road in Central, close to where I work. Alright, I wish you all a great day, and make sure your portfolio is ready. Bye bye guys.